Greetings and salutations, my fellow Washingtonians and Americans. I am Commissioner Robert Vinson Brannum. I inaugurate my series of conversation with thoughts about today's Republican Party and its leadership. Friends, if I were a church deacon or a preacher, I would probably open this dialogue with a prayer to prepare your spirits and to give you comfort. While I love Jesus and trust God and feel the spirit of the gospel, I am before you not as a deacon or preacher, but rather as a community agitator, to shake your conscience, to rattle your intellect, and to roll from the rhetorical punches you may return. Let me declare I am a Democrat. Accordingly, I have no allegiance to the Republican Party. Yet whether from the balcony or at street level, the political body of the Republican Party, under the tight grip of former President Donald J. Trump, is unwell and in need of an immediate political transformation, if not transfusion. It is hemorrhaging from within. Its intellectual stool is dark, and its empathetic vision is clouded by glaucoma of hate. On its own accord, today's Republican Party does not stand on any platform of ideas to help all Americans. In 2020 and earlier, the Republican Party made a purposeful and deliberate decision to seek philosophical contentment through the sewer of lies, racism, bigotry, and support of white supremacy. I told you I come to agitate, not to preach. Today's Republican Party, with flashing lights, honking horns, and blaring speakers, wants to reframe the Revolution Midnight Ride of Paul Revere and reconstitute it into the night rides of the Ku Klux Klan. The Republican Party and conservative efforts toward voter suppression and obstruction must be exposed as a direct assault on the principle of inclusive American democracy. Like Martin Luther King Jr. and John Lewis, I believe in nonviolence. Therefore, here, I will not kick ass. However, I will call names. Republican members of Congress like Mitch McConnell, Ron Johnson, Ted Cruz, Josh Hawley, Kevin McCarthy, Mo Brooks, and Marjorie Taylor Greene have chosen to bow down, to worship, and to serve an idol God in the image of Donald J. Trump. But Donald J. Trump is a jealous, false, fake, and phony pillar of a man. Republican and conservative commentators like Alice Stewart, Scott Jennings, Rick Santorum, Hugh Hewitt, and Armstrong Williams deceive decent Americans as they try to round the harsh and bitter four corners of Republican Party lying, racism, bigotry, and dalliance with white supremacists in circles of love, compassion, hope, and respect. Fox News and its cousins, One America News and Newsmax, have revealed themselves to be message cabals filled with information propagandists masquerading as respectable journalists. These outlets of misinformation and distortion have no desire to transmit words of truth and fact. Their inspiration is not the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, but rather the demagogue Donald J. Trump. Led by Donald J. Trump, Republican members of Congress, conservative media pundits, racists, bigots, and white supremacists are in a communal, mental, broken place and have become one. They give each other comfort in a state of cerebral hostility for people of color. They feel they are on top of the world, but in stark reality, they are crawling on desert sands, refusing to drink water from the streams of truth overflowing with knowledge. They invoke the name of Trump for help and rescue, when it is the name of Jesus they should shout for civil salvation and ethical deliverance. The blue political light has confused some Republicans and their conservative allies. Some Republicans are drawn to the light as jumbled mosquitoes, while others scatter from the light into dark corners like infectious cockroaches crawling back towards familiar and pacifying tribes. It is demonstrably pernicious. Republicans and conservatives do not want black Americans to vote. Across America, Republican state legislatures are collaborating an injustice designed to deny all Americans equal access to the ballot box. Republicans and conservatives want to hold on to power through the filibuster, even at the cost of America's democracy. Republicans and other conservatives bear witness to the destructive gravity of gerrymandering. Unable to persuade on the political field of ideas, Republicans and conservatives want to protect their power to block advances for voting rights, freedom, justice, and equality for all Americans. But this moment in time is not without all hope and opportunity, not only for Republicans, but also for the rest of America. Friends, elections have consequences, and words have meaning, which cause good men and women, protective fathers and mothers, sons and daughters, to look someone they respect in the eye and say, I care about you, I think of you, I miss you, I love you. To Republicans and conservatives, I am a black American, not your enemy. My vote is as important to me as yours is to you. It must be protected. To Republicans and conservatives, I am a retired military veteran, not your enemy. I wore our country's uniform in defense of our one Constitution. I and other black Americans deserve to be respected and not disenfranchised from the right to vote. All Americans claiming to love God and country should sing with one voice, lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. Ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the listening skies. Let our voices resound loud as the rolling sea. With justice, freedom, democracy, and voting rights for all. God bless you.